Live from New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, the tough-talking Dr. Belly from the smash hit Grey's Anatomy is here. Shandra Wilson spills secrets about the latest season and her no-nonsense attitude off-screen as a mom of three. Plus, Noah Levy is serving up the inside scoop on what caused Robin Thicke and Paula Patton's marriage to unravel. And all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you so much for being here today. Yeah, I'm happy too. Spring is right around the corner. How you doing? Okay, so listen, Tori and Dean, they're back in the house together. And Beyonce Knowles' father ain't no good gonna come to you until you do right by that baby. And have you heard that Katy Perry and John Mayer split? Again? Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. I like this short. So nice. You know, I have such a great time doing this show. And yesterday, when Dr. Mayim Bialik was here, if you didn't see the show, you just missed a delightful guest. She was so good yesterday. And then today, Shandra Wilson's here. And then, who I love, she's been here before. Like, she's on the big show, Grey's Anatomy, but she is such a mom and regular woman. It's very endearing. And then next week, I'll meet rapper The Future for the very first time. He's coming to the show. AKA Sierra's baby's father. Can't wait to meet you, Future. Okay, so this thing with Katy Perry and John Mayer, well, you know, the word on the street is that they've split. I know. I also hadn't realized, I didn't do the counting. You know they've been together since 2012? I know. And it's like grown love. You know, she's 29 and he's 36. E! News is reporting that Katy ended the relationship in the last few days. It's not their first time splitting up, though. They did split back in the spring. The story is still developing as to why she called it quits, but people are speculating it's because he's a womanizer. Well, I mean, you know, he gets around. He dated Taylor Swift. He dated Jennifer Aniston. He dated Jennifer Love Hewitt and described her body as a wonderland. He dated Jessica Simpson and said her body's like napalm. He's very complimentary, huh? Anyway, Katy is about to go on world tour, and so here's my thought. She doesn't want to have to deal with whether he's cheating on her or not while she's on world tour, you know, bothering people, running up her phone bill, you know, reading all the magazines to see if somebody caught him out there or whatever, you know? I mean, he just has that reputation. That's a good dress. It looks heavy, though, doesn't it? All them beads. Well, you know what, Katy? You're still a young, beautiful girl. You're very talented. You're 29 years old, and you'll meet another, maybe somebody that is more trustworthy that won't drive you insane, you know? And John Mayer? Sorry, I guess. You lost another good one. All right, so let's move along. There's this woman, we talked about her the other day, who had a baby with Beyonce's dad. Did you see Entertainment Tonight the Inside Edition last night? No. I love the Inside Edition with Deborah Norville. I mean, they do some really thorough research, and I just love that show. So her name is Alexandra Wright, that's her. And she's claiming that Matthew Knowles, and I told you this earlier in the week, is so behind in child support for their 3-year-old daughter that she's now on public assistant. Or excuse me, 3-year-old son. The boy's name is Nixon. She's on public assistance. Matthew is claiming it was a clerical error. Clerical error. And he owes a little over $30,000. Well, she went on Inside Edition. I have the clip, just take a look.
How much has Matthew Knowles seen his son?
You've seen more of my son today than he has. I tried everything to not have it public, but unfortunately, that's just not the way that Matthew chose to deal with this.
Matthew Knowles actually suggested that she hand over their son to Beyonce and Jay-Z so they could raise him as their own before their daughter, Blue Ivy, was born.
Beyonce and Jay-Z have never attacked me. They've never done anything wrong to me. They have never been negative at all.
That's the gag, that Beyonce and Jay-Z, that Matthew wanted them to take the baby. All right, first of all, I never feel sorry for a side piece, ever, ever. Especially one who's gonna lay down. I'm sorry, I don't. Especially one that's gonna lay down with Tina's husband. Do you realize that this is the affair that from all I can tell, had a lot to do with breaking up their marriage, Tina and Matthew? Well, he tipped out on her, allegedly. I'll say, this was a good couple when they were together, weren't they? Especially like in my community, we don't have a whole lot of, we're not necessarily legendary for having full families. We're the mom, the dad, Matthew, he was smart back in the day. He had some sort of big job someplace and made great money. And then Tina had the hair salon. And then they really nurtured Beyonce and just a good looking example of what you can do with hard work. And damn it, he tipped out on her and got with this woman. And didn't think even enough about her to even stay in the life. You heard what she said. The interviewer has seen the little boy more than Matthew has. Then why wouldn't you have the pill or the sponge or something? Why wouldn't you try to protect yourself? It's like older men don't use condoms, you know what I mean? Because they don't come from that era. Although I remember, I found, they called them rubbers back in the day. I found a rubber in my grandfather's, in the drawer in the break front, and didn't know what it was. No, this is back in the day. When you're stupid and you open it up, you don't really know what it is, so you fill it with water just to take a look? That was me. Older men think that they're invincible, like they're not gonna catch the monster or whatever. And so sometimes you all don't use what you're supposed to be using, but you, woman, were supposed to protect yourself. So now, Matthew Knowles, you would think that why am I screaming? I'm sorry. Sorry. Getting all lightheaded while I sit here and talk to you. You mean to tell me that Matthew Knowles does not have $32,000? That this clerical mistake was not taken care of earlier this week? You realize we did this story either Monday or Friday. We did it Friday. He had a full weekend to go to the bank, get the money, and mail it to her. Instead, he hasn't done it, so now there she goes on Inside Edition. And the only reason why Jay-Z and Beyonce haven't harassed you, woman, is because you are a non-factor to them, in my mind. You don't even matter. You see, you know what's worse than being on somebody's bad side? Being absolutely ignored by them. If you don't catch a rise, then that means you're a non-factor. They don't care about you, and it's not their responsibility to take care of Baby Blue's uncle, Nixon. Seen Tina smile since this all went down. She always looks pissed. Do you blame her? Stay off TV, young lady. Get yourself a lawyer and get your money and get a job. Go someplace. Feel it, feel it, feel it. I'm sorry, I was just feeling passionate about that. Do you want one of these cups? We sell them at the Wendy store at wendyshow.com. Come on, let's teetotal together. All right, Tori's let Dean back in the house. Well, he's out of rehab. You know, he was there for, you know, issues not having to do with drugs. Dean was spotted moving back in the home. For the first time, he was spotted at the house since leaving rehab. Well, you know, well, here's the thing. They have 4 children under 6. So, of course, you're gonna, that's a lot to deal with, isn't it? And I don't like that he's back in the house. But if the financial rumors are true that they don't have, you know, money, then he needs to get back in the house to take care of his 4 kids with her. You know, she's dealing with a lot, this Tori is. In my mind, she's dealing with a lot. You know, the husband and the cheatations and the, you know, the children. The children always asking where daddy is. If I were Tori, though, I would totally call Candy, her mom, who has the $500 million fortune that was left by the dearly departed Aaron Spelling, Tori's dad. I would call my mom and I would say, Mom, I need you to help me and then pay for full-time help with the children. You know that I'm going through a lot. I need you. And then I would have Dean pay for it himself, but move into an apartment across town or something, or a hotel or something, because, you know, it's gotta be difficult to be going through something with your husband and pondering divorce while he's still in the house. And not even a gigantic house, because, you know, now that they're having money problems, they don't have wings anymore. You know, they don't have that. You know, they live in a regular house, which, you know, if the kids all have a bedroom, that's 4 right there, and then the master bedroom. So where he's sleeping? I mean, where is he sleeping? Where is he sleeping? He's not sleeping in my bed, because even when you divide the covers and say, don't touch me, you're still in here breathing. I am so mad with you, I don't even want you breathing. And then if he sleeps in one of the kids' room, you know how sometimes when you have a trundle bed for your kids, you know that bed that you have to bend down and pull out? Sometimes if you have one of those little trundle beds, but if daddy's sleeping on the trundle bed in my room, then what's going on with mommy and daddy? In other words, it's more confusing to the kids than ever. And what about all the fighting that they do? You got to imagine, I mean, you can go to the garage and fight if you want to, but you ever go to the garage and fight? You can go to the garage and fight if you want to, but they're not living in the giant house anymore, so the walls are made of probably the usual plaster that you could hear through. It's just driving the kids crazy in my mind. Tori, call your mom and ask her for help. I hope, well, whatever goes on with this relationship, Tori, I just want it to work out for you. I want you to be happy. By the way, you know, Tori and Dean and the kids did this, you know, they lived their lives on reality TV. They did this show called, like, Tori and Dean Cabin Love or something, Cabin Love? Cabin Fever. And there's no date. I've been checking all of our programming for the spring. There is no date for this show to come out. Quite frankly, I think that you all need to put the show out like now so that we could see all the acting that's going on while they pretend everything is fine. And so good luck, again, Tori. Sorry. Oscar-nominated actress Jennifer Lawrence may be saying goodbye to Hollywood temporarily. Clap if you're sad. Confidentially speaking, I was speaking to people around here about that, and all of them were like, good, bye. I was like, wow, why are you talking like that? She's a good actress, but if she beats Lupita for the Actress of the Year at the Oscars, there's gonna be rioting in the streets. Anyway, she's been in 14 films in the last 3 years. She's only 23 years old, though, so what are you supposed to do at 23? Work and date boys. Anyway, she wants to take a year off after she finishes doing this most recent Hunger Games. And, but while she's off, keep in mind, she's also the face of Dior, so you'll see her in all the magazines and on the billboards. These movies are gonna be coming out throughout 2014 into 2015, the ones that she's already made. I don't know, I just think it's pretty ungrateful. You don't take a break from work. You know, you're 23 years old, Jennifer. Do you know how many people are in Juilliard who want to be in your position? You understand? And how do you know that after that year that people are going to want you to come back? See, I don't believe in taking time off, not from marriage. You know, you fight until you divorce. You know, no separation. We've talked about this. And I don't believe in taking time off from work. And I don't care whether you're an actress, a talk show host, a school teacher, a nurse, whatever. You're not the only one who can do what you do the way you do it. And, you know, give us 12 months and we'll find another one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why is she complaining? At 23 years old, don't you remember working your behind off to get to where you are today? I wish I would take a year off at 23. I don't even take a day off here at the show. I got a little cold right now. You know, it's very cold out here. I'm doing my best not to cough, and my nose certainly is drippy, but guess what? I came here because you might find another. Keep clapping for Jimmy Kimmel. He's having another baby. I know. I really like Jimmy Kimmel. He's just got it all together at this particular point in life. That's his lovely wife, Molly. And notice his slenderized waistline. Yeah. And his steely look. There's something very nice looking about Jimmy Kimmel. Maybe it's the way he's looking at us. Maybe it's his well-groomed eyebrows, his full head of luscious hair with a little Vitalis just to make it a little shiny. And his girl is, well, I like his choice in women. She's like an everyday girl. You'd see her at the mall. That's not a read. I'm just saying, you know, like she's not one of these, you know, unattainable, you know. Well, you know he has 2 adult children from a previous marriage. I knew you guys would be shocked at that. Well, Jimmy was married back in the day, and he's got 2 kids, Katie and Kevin Kimmel, and they're in their 20s. Well, and then this Molly, they met on the set of the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Well, she is a co-head writer. And I guess she's just there writing and being creative. And Jimmy and she see each other all the time. You know how you can just fall in love with somebody that you work with? Why, my Suzanne met her husband, Brendan, when they both worked at the Rosie O'Donnell show. Yeah. You met at Rosie O'Donnell.
16 years ago.
16 years ago.
Our anniversary is this Saturday.
Is it this Saturday? All right. Happy anniversary, Suzanne. And then they both work here. So, you know, you do fall in love sometimes at work. They said, my people were telling me that Molly is still doing that co-head writing thing. See, I would think that once you fall in love with Jimmy Kimmel, he's been on TV for a long time. I'm not counting his money, but it's probably safe to say he's wealthy. So, and I've always said working is for those who have to. Because I gotta tell you something. My life would be a whole different way, I think, if I grew up wealthy. And, you know, I wouldn't be as ambitious. I'm sorry. I'm only ambitious because I have to be. If I were Molly, after marrying Jimmy and now, you know, having the baby, I would retire just like Dr. Phil's wife, Robin. Do you ever watch that Dr. Phil show? You know how Robin takes that seat looking lovely in the audience? And then at the end of the show, he swaggers over to her and grabs her hand, and they walk off. It's good to be Robin McGraw. Yeah, that's what I would do, Molly. But you keep being ambitious and writing. I'm telling you, though, that Robin McGraw's got a good life. Anyway, congratulations on your new baby, Jimmy Kimmel. Congratulations. So now, you know, Josh Brolin is the son of James Brolin. James Brolin is married to Barbra Streisand. Well, Josh Brolin was married years ago, and now he's recently divorced from his second wife, the actress Diane Lane. Diane and he divorced back in November. The divorce was finalized, and he's already moved on. No, that's not shocking. Nothing beats getting over somebody like getting under somebody else. We already talked about that. it's not shocking that he's moved on. It's shocking that he's moved on with his assistant, Catherine. I know. Now, what I want to know is how long has this been going on? Was this going on while he was married to... You know what? Here's the thing. I don't know how long she's been his assistant, but can you imagine the relationship with your husband's assistant and you is pretty regular? You know, if Diane rings up Catherine on the phone and talks to her about something regarding his schedule, or Catherine comes over to the house and sleeps on the couch because it's been a long night of working. This is disgusting. But you know what? And you could say, well, that's what happens when you hire attractive people. You know, Jude Law, and first of all, don't hire... It's not about being attractive or unattractive. It's about being young and flexible. Like, it just seems as though you men and we women, we love young and flexible people. Jude Law, crept with his nanny, with his nanny. Robin Williams crept with his and married her, but they've since divorced, I think. Yeah. And Heidi Klum crept with the bodyguard. Or, well, I don't know that she crept, but that's what they get for having a nice-looking bodyguard standing around. And then you could say, well, okay, so then you hire somebody that's not as attractive. But let's not forget Arnold and Mildred the maid. I mean, look, I want to remind you that this is the last week of Wendy's Magical Watch and Win Sweepstakes. I'm giving you a chance to find your Disney side and win a 5-day, 4-night stay at Walt Disney World Resort. Besides the thrill rides, the attractions, and the scrumptious food, Disney World offers world-class golfing. Yeah, they have 3 different courses, a 9-hole for the whole family. And then if you're not so good at golf, they have a little beginner's thing also for you. So, this is a great, terrific opportunity. Now, all you got to do is keep watching the show and look for the word of the day for your chance to win your trip to Walt Disney World. And log on to wendyshow.com after you see that word of the day, okay? All right, good luck. We've got a great rest of the show for you from Grey's Anatomy. The lovely and talented Shandra Wilson is here. But up next, Noah Levy's here from In Touch Weekly magazine. He's got the inside scoop on what could have caused Robin Thicke and Paula Patton's marriage to unravel. And he's got a little tea on who may be joining Dancing with the Stars. Find out right after the break. All right, everybody calm down. It's time for the Inside Scoop here with the juicy celebrity stories from In Touch Weekly. Say hello to our old friend, Noah Levy.
Hey.
Levy or Levy? Why do I do
Levy.
that? Levy, I did it right.
New Yorkers say Levy for some reason. I don't know. I don't care.
Where are you from?
I'm from Maine.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm the only gay Jew from Maine. Seriously. There's one. It's me.
Let's talk Robin Thicke and Paula Patton.
Let's get into it. All right, this is sad, but I think we all saw it coming. There's been allegations of him cheating for such a long time. They just announced their separation. Insiders are saying this is all coming from Paula's side. Now, according to In Touch Weekly, she was very upset with all the rumors of his infidelity.
I thought they had an open marriage.
That's what he said. It's
Go
very
ahead.
different if that's what the man is saying. Insiders close to Paula was that they were in a monogamous, committed relationship, or at least she was.
Yes.
And that's what she wanted.
Yes.
That's what she wanted.
Yes.
And everything really changed with the major success of Blurred Lines.
I said that yesterday, right? It went to his head.
It went to his head. And what's so sad about this is, that song For the Rest of My Life?
No.
His song, which is he wrote. Wendy, his song that he wrote about meeting her, it's like the ultimate marriage song now. Couples play it when they're getting married.
Oh, really?
It's kind of tainted now. But Insiders are revealing that there may be room for reconciliation. He has taken off a few dates from his tour. He's going back to perform.
Groveling.
Groveling.
Okay.
You know, crawling back.
Yeah.
He is trying to, he's going to be performing in D.C. next week, and he has told her he will not be going out on the town. He will not be seen with anyone. He will not be partying, and he's trying his very best to get her back, and also for the sake of their 2-year-old child, Julian.
Okay, when they, when he did the Miley performance on the VMAs.
That was a doozy.
She said, but Paula went around saying that she knew what they were going to do and that she loved it. Did she love it?
Did she? I think it's questionable. Insiders were saying that what she was suggested to do by Robin was to really support him, stand by her man, and make it sound like it wasn't that bad. This is a big PR push to make him look better. And I think there's a lot of women out there that can relate to having to support their man when they screw up.
Yeah. Support him out in public, but fight in the garage when you get home.
Exactly.
Yeah. I got you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Celebrities are no different from the rest of us.
Yeah. So, what about the child?
The child?
I heard that the child might have contributed to their marital problems, allegedly, because they both like to go out and have fun.
Welcome to married life. Kids change things.
That's what
That
I'm saying.
happens. It's no different when you're a celebrity. I mean, but Robin was out the day before the separation was announced at Disneyland looking like a very doting father, which I'm sure he is.
Yes.
He can be a party animal and like women and still be a great father.
Yeah.
And he was signing autographs, looking like a great dad. Apparently, he is really worried about his son and how the separation could affect him, and he wants to have a marriage.
Okay, so now what about the woman, the young lady whose butt he grabbed in the picture?
That was another doozy.
Okay, she's
so she has spoken out to Life and Style saying that they did make out. He was trying to sleep with her, but now she is really sorry that this happened. I'm saying what she said. She was sorry that this happened, and if he did this with her, obviously he was doing this with other women.
Why do side pieces always think they're the only ones?
Because, do you know what?
You know.
Always. It's so true.
Really?
If there's one, there's 1,000.
Oh my God. All right, so the next story, the 18th season of Dancing with the Stars is about to kick off in March.
Yes.
March 17th. Who do we know or speculate?
Well, all right, it's been leaked a little bit, and of course, the first person who's been leaked is Nene Leakes. So, now, can she dance? Can she sing? Who knows? Who cares? I think she'll be great for ratings. This is gonna be...
You know Nene can dance.
Well, all right, so I'll help you out with this. So Nene allegedly, or not so allegedly, before she was famous, was a dancer in a strip club. She worked a pole. I think if you can work a pole, you can work a ballroom. It's true.
Well, we asked some of our viewers on Facebook, what did you think? And here are a few words. Michelle M says, Nene seems to really be working this springboard from Real Housewives of Atlanta and expanding her brand. Can't be mad at that. Blake R says, just another reason for Nene to think she's superior to the rest of the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She needs Ayanna Fix Your Life, not Dancing with the Stars. And finally, Michelle D says, Nene does have previous dance experience. Let's see how she does without the pole.
Okay.
I wonder who they're going to partner her with. Probably Tony Dovolani. He always gets the big ones.
Yes.
He was my partner.
He's great.
He was my partner, yeah.
He's great.
And he also has a Mirror Ball trophy, so, you know, good luck. Who else might be on it?
Candace Cameron Bure from Full House.
Oh.
She would be great. We haven't seen her for a while. People love her.
Yeah.
And now there were rumors a while ago that Bruce Jenner was also going to be in the lineup.
Yes!
You know what? God bless him. I hope he does.
Do it, Bruce. Do it. Do
Yes.
it. Do it.
Bring out the Wheaties box.
Yes! Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I
For more
appreciate it.
information on these juicy stories, don't forget to pick up your copy of In Touch Weekly magazine. It's on newsstands now. And check out Noah and his people on The Gossip Table, which returns to VH1 Monday, March 3rd at 9:30 a.m. Up next, the lovely Shandra Wilson is here. So good. All right, so our first guest plays the tough-talking Dr. Bailey on the hit TV show Grey's Anatomy. Take a look.
Maybe you could stop acting like a child.
Oh, now I'm a child. Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm childish. I caused your OCD. What else you got there? I caused global warming. Maybe I killed JFK. That would explain a lot, right?
You quit surgery. See, this was supposed to be different.
than my first marriage. I thought you understood what it means to be a surgeon until you dropped it. And now here I am, once again married to a man who's waiting to see me at the end of the day, waiting to see what I'm gonna do.
Poor Ben. Please welcome back to our show the lovely Shandra Wilson.
You look so hot. You know me. I try to like step it up when I come in.
I love this.
Everybody, hey.
You got your chains, your leather belt, your bell sleeves.
I'm just trying to step it up every time I come, Wendy.
I'm trying to tell you. It's nice to see you again.
Yay. Thank you so much.
And congratulations on the 10th season of Grey's Anatomy.
Wow.
There are so many Wendy staffers who've been following that show since season number 1. I know many of you have too.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about Grey's Anatomy that has kept it on TV for 10 seasons?
Well, mainly it's because of that, what you just
Loyalty.
said. Our fans are so loyal to the show. Y'all ride with us no matter what the storyline is. And say, you know, we're just going to hold it. You know, music still drives the show, but mainly it's about still sticking with those characters.
Yes.
And, you know, everybody's crazy about those characters and want to know, you know, how their lives are going to pan out.
They're comfortable to watch.
They're comfortable, yeah. And you know, with six of our original cast members were here for season 10, and I think audiences appreciate that.
People leave, like I know Patrick Dempsey's left and does movies and stuff, but he always comes back.
Right.
And Ellen Pompeo is you know,
people keep the day job.
Yes.
You know, you go and do the other, but you keep your day job.
Yes. Grey's left a lot of cliffhangers, as you know, with the fans last season. So what can you tell us?
Well, okay, so people are gonna have answers to questions sooner rather than later. I can give you that. Y'all won't have to like wait and hold up. But you know, it's about that wedding.
Yes.
What in the world is April gonna do? We're gonna take care of that. And you know, Bailey, she's just fussing at poor Ben. You know,
poor Ben.
But you know, they were supposed to be commuting, and now they're not. So that's messing up her little world there.
She was looking forward to her alone
time.
time.
I mean, she was just used to it. You know, you get used to a thing, and then people start messing up and not doing what they're supposed to do. Especially because, you know, her last marriage didn't work out. She thinks because of her ambition. And she doesn't want to see that. She told him before they got married, you know, I don't want to do this because I don't want to mess it up. And now, you know, she feels like she's in the same position.
Now, on the show, you have stayed with Grey's Anatomy, but I know that you also played Mama Morton on Broadway in Chicago.
Yeah, for one of the hiatuses, I did.
Got a little motto.
I'm not doing it.
Really? You don't remember it?
I got it, but you know, I'm a little, you know,
always
deep in the
sees
throat
me
today.
through.
Well, gosh.
Go ahead, hit it, girl.
What are you trying to do
Hit
to
it.
me? See, it might not come out,
Doesn't
though.
matter.
Because
Go.
I got the thing. What is
When
she
you're good to Mama.
Mama's good to you.
There you go. You know, Bebe Neuwirth is about to take on the role of Mama on Broadway. She might still be doing it right now.
Good goodness.
Bebe Neuwirth.
She's switching hats then.
So the last time that you were here, I mean, we always talk about Grey's Anatomy, but I love to hear about your home life. You're very funny with your.
She just makes fun of my daughter. The way I treat my daughter. Look, she is almost a junior in college now, so she's good. I'm not micromanaging. We're still managing her health, like we've talked about before with chronic illness. But you know, she's pretty set. It's my 15-year-old that I'm gonna have to keep my eye on. Yeah, well, no, everybody now. Okay. Yeah. So, but my 15-year-old is way more aggressive with her wants than what my 20-year-old was. So she'll just put things on the calendar. I got people coming over Saturday.
Oh, really?
And just put it on the calendar. I'm like, well, who's supposed to clean up for that? You know?
Yeah.
And so but you know, my oldest didn't do it, but she does.
Do you let her stay, your 15-year-old stay at home when her friends come over, or are you on mom patrol?
Not necessarily on Mom Patrol, because Mom is kind of busy a little bit, you know, so I have to trust, you know, if I clean the living room, I expect everybody to just stay in the living room and don't be going into other rooms, and I just have to trust that that's what's happening, you know.
Is she dating the 15-year-old?
Not that she said to me, but you know how to
do you spy on her Facebook, though, to see what the real tea is?
Good goodness.
Come on, we all do it.
I look through the little Instagram and all, and I have to put it down, because I'm like, maybe I just don't want to know. But, you know, Yeah,
Yeah.
I go, you know.
And now, how old is your youngest?
He's 8.
8.
Yeah.
What's
that
he
was-
into?
Oh goodness, he's all into 3rd grade, trying to, like, this is the independent year in
Yes.
3rd grade where, you know, he's really good with incentives in class, and you don't get incentives anymore when you're in 3rd grade.
Right.
So this whole independent study stuff hasn't gone too well with him.
Does he get an allowance? Does he care
Does he
about
get an
money yet?
allowance?
Well,
No,
you know.
he doesn't know. He hasn't asked any money questions or anything
What
like
about
that
that 15-year-old?
Well, she does, but the new thing is her handwriting is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I don't know what that's about.
Oh.
And I told her she can no longer get her allowance unless she turns in a page to me of some legible handwriting.
Okay.
And then she gets her allowance.
Now, I heard that we talked about this before, that you love soap operas.
Yeah.
So I heard you finally got a dream.
I did. I got to do a part on General Hospital last month. Isn't that funny? It's so funny.
No, you know what I love about you? I love that you are this successful actress. You've been working all these years, but you still
But I
get
got to
giddy
do a
as a
part.
schoolgirl. Yeah. So what part did you play?
So I was working with Roger Harworth. I've been a fan of his since One Life to Live with his Todd Manning. And the character I played was a little bit OCD. But so we were, you know, playing with Dr. Bailey a little bit with that. But that, you know, it was just fun to go in for the day. And
fanned out, taking all kinds of camera phone pictures.
I didn't do it because I was trying to be professional. I was trying to act like I knew what I was doing.
Yes.
I didn't want to embarrass myself, call people by their character names like I usually do. And I was very good about not doing that. I was. But, you know, I almost tripped up a couple times. I could have, you know, went off on people about their storylines.
Yes.
And I said, don't do it. So yeah, I felt like I was okay.
Well, it's nice to have such a comfortable day job, and it's nice to be able to do all the other things in life, including be a mom and a wife and go to General Hospital and on Broadway. You've got a great life.
It's very cool.
It's
very,
good
very
to be
cool.
Chandra Wilson. Nice to see you again.
Thank you so much, Wendy.
Everybody, everyone's favorite, Grey's Anatomy returns Thursday night at 9 on ABC. We'll be right back. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Good. How can I help?
Okay, my name's Victoria.
Okay.
I have a 16-year-old daughter who has a boyfriend, and the mother is a little crazy.
Okay.
She came to my house and bumped her car into my car and broke some stuff. And
why'd she do that? Were you all drinking?
you know, no drinking. She felt my daughter was disrespectful, and my daughter's not disrespectful. She's a good kid. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, the mother came over to your house to confront you
Yes.
about your disrespectful daughter?
Yes. Yes.
And she didn't bump it intentionally, but
Oh,
she
no.
was so irate that she happened to have hit your...
Oh no, honey, she hit that sucker on purpose.
All right, so what's your question? Do you like her son?
I do. Her
Okay.
son is such a good kid. He's such a good boy. He's so respectful.
Okay.
He's so nice.
All
He
right.
treats my daughter great.
So what's your question?
My question is do I let her stay with him? Like, she thinks that she's gonna marry this guy. And the mother's crazy.
First of all, at
She's getting on my
16,
nerves.
nobody's getting married to anybody. Okay. Second of all,
I know.
you know, you don't have to get along with the mother. I never recall dating and introducing my parents to any of the parents. You know,
Yeah.
this is young. You're too
Young
involved.
love.
You're too involved.
I know,
Now,
but
you're
she's my favorite.
You're too involved. She's 16.
All
She's not going to
right.
marry him.
All right, I'll let her go.
All
I'll let her
right.
go. We'll let
Okay. Everybody, let me ask you something. What would you do if you found out that a guy that your friend is dating is actually married? More Ask Wendy after these messages. You'll have to come here to be in on the jokes and the commercials. We're still doing Ask Wendy. So this is you?
Unfortunately, Wendy, it is.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So, hi, my name is Carol. How you doing?
How you doing, Carol?
All right, and I'm 42 years old, and I'm single. Now, I don't have a problem with doing a background check on men that I date. However, my girlfriends give me, don't judge, my girlfriends give me a very hard time, right? So, we do a thing where we send telephone numbers. This is who I'm going out with. My girlfriend sent me her friend's telephone number.
Wait a minute. You said the telephone number just in case you're out with the killer.
Exactly.
Somebody can rescue you.
Exactly.
I get it. That's smart.
Exactly. So, I looked him up. And
you can look somebody up based on their telephone
well, you
number?
put the telephone number and you do a reverse lookup. You get their name, you put their name into the system, and then, yeah, okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, you can do all of that. And he's married. And
wait, come on, Carol, why were you looking up your friend's boyfriend?
Okay, because she was making comments like, oh, he never comes to my house. We always spend, you know, he comes to my house. I never get a chance to go to his. And I'm like, something's just not right.
Still go, Carol.
Well,
okay.
Maybe a little bit nosy.
So okay. What's your question to me?
Should I tell her or, well, no, I have a lot of girlfriends.
All right, here's the thing. I would tell her because he's married and you don't want her to fall in love, but expect her not to understand that you are a true friend. And you all won't be friends for summer of 2014. But somewhere around the holidays, she's gonna start having an open heart and realizing that you only meant good.
Okay.
So tell her she's not gonna understand, but she'll come back to you.
All right.
Very well. Teach me that trick during the commercials, okay?
Definitely will.
All right, up next, everybody, we're gonna reveal Wendy Instagram winner of the day. It's time for Wendy's Instagram. The celebrity look of the day is Lupita Nyong'o. She's wearing her pleated gown at a recent Image Award. She looked fantastic. Today's Instagram winners have their own twist on the pleat trend. Inez from Miami is wearing a fabulous pleated dress. And Paloma in Madrid, Spain, where Wendy plays, is wearing a fabulous pleated skirt and crop top. And also in Florida, Melissa is doing her take on the pleats in her short mint green dress and matching shoes. I'm sending you all a mini diva fan. Thank you so much. If you want to be part of Instagram of the day, all you have to do is find your chance at wendyshow.com. Thanks. I gotta get back to Jersey, look. I want to thank Shandra Wilson for coming here, also from In Touch Weekly magazine. Noah Levy, thank you. My co-host, my fantastic studio audience, thank you. Tomorrow, the very funny Mike Epps will be here, plus movie critic Ben Lyons is going to join us with his Oscar predictions. And of course, the juicy hot topics. I love you for watching today. See you next time on Wendy. Bye.